Hello, my dear children and parents. Welcome to class 8th of Indus Valley Public School, Rat, where we will be doing poem 5. And the name of the poem is The Schoolboy from Your Honeydew Book, and this poem is composed by William Blake. Children, in this poem, we will be seeing a schoolboy, a child who is very simple, and he has a simple wish that he could be outside playing instead of at school, and he wants to be free like birds. He did not want to go inside the school and to make himself caged like birds. कहने का मतलब ये है कि वो फ्री होके रहना चाहते. He want to enjoy as the flying birds. He did not want to be like the birds who are caged inside the this pigeon, जो आपके वो होते हैं केज वगैरह, उसके अंदर जो birds होते हैं. He did not want to be like that. He want to enjoy his life like the free birds who used to fly in the sky. Okay, my dear children. So now here we will be reading about the poet William Blake. So William Blake, he was born on 28 November 1757 and he was there till 12th August 1827, and he was an English poet, painter and printmaker, largely unrecognized during his lifetime. Now considered a seminal figure in the history of the poetry and visual arts of the Romantic age, and he left the world on 12th August 1827. His visual artistry led one contemporary art critic to proclaim him far and away the greatest artist Britain has ever produced. In 2002, Blake was placed at number 38 in the BBC's poll of the 100 greatest Britons. He produced a diverse and symbolically rich work which embraced the imagination as the body of God or human existence itself. Okay. Now coming to the explanation of the schoolboy poem. Here I will be reading the poem as well as I'll give you the explanation of it. Okay. So here the first stanza. I love to rise in a summer morning when the birds sing on every tree, the distant huntsman wind his horn, and the skylarks sing with me. Oh, what sweet company. So here in this stanza, the schoolboy says that he loves to rise in a summer morning. It is the time when the bird sings on every trees. The huntsman blows his horn far away. That is, he makes a way towards hunting. And the skylark, it is the name of the bird, sings with him. According to the schoolboy, it is the best time or best company, and he enjoys it very much. This stanza is about the things which make the schoolboy happy. He likes the birds, loves to rise in the morning, and enjoys the activities which happens at that time. The morning time is the time of hope and aspirations. Hence, humans as well as animals wake up in the pursuit of a goal. Okay. So now in the second stanza, but to go to school in summer morn, oh, it drives all joy away. Under a cruel eye outworn, the little ones spend the day in sighing and dismay. The sighing and dismay means unhappiness. Okay. So now what is there in this stanza? It is told that from the second stanza and onwards, his happiness is now turning to sadness. How? We will be seeing now. The tone totally changes from delight, rejoicing and hope to dismay, joylessness. The schoolboy says that going to school in the summer morning is something which takes away all his joy. In the school, the students have to spend all their day under a teacher who is outdated fashion, keeps an eye on the schoolboys so that they may follow the rules and regulations strictly. Thus, the young ones, according to him, have to spend their day in distress and sadness. This stanza describes the schoolboy's concern over the way school work. The children are kept under strict surveillance and are forced to obey the rules which make their lives joyless. Coming to the third stanza. Then at times I drooping sit and spend many an anxious hours, nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning bars, worn through with dreary showers. So in the third stanza, the schoolboy here describes how he spends his day at the school. According to him, he often sits and spends a lot of time in boredom. He does not find any joy or happiness in books. The students are forced to learn those things which make them capable of acquiring materialistic things, and for that they have to give up all the things which would have otherwise made them a better human. So now here it is told that sitting in a learner bar. So your learner bar is a place, a shady tree where children used to learn. So according to him, according to the child, worn through the dreary showers, that means that all the happiness is drawn away in that learning area. So learning bars means a place where someone comes to learn. It can be school or any place where we can learn. So learner bar, as per the schoolboy, is damaged or has defect because it was hit by dreary showers. Dreary showers means heavy rain, which is disastrous. So here he tried to relate dreary showers to the learner bars. It means that the school's education system has been damaging or defecting a school little boy because of the continuous studies, or you can say rules and regulations, and they have to be under the cruel eye. That means a young student cannot learn under the restrictions. They need love, freedom and joy, but the cruel eye of the teacher or parents had destroyed the basic purpose of education, because every now and then they ask them to learn, they ask them to study, but the schoolboy, or you can say the little child, he did not want to study, he want to play, he want to enjoy the life. Okay, next stanza, number 4. How can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? How can a child, when fears annoy, but droops his tender wing and forget his youthful spring? Very sad, no? So here in the stanza, the schoolboy raises a number of rhetorical questions, means continuous questions is asking. First, he asks, how can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? So here he compares himself to a caged bird, and like the caged bird which is born to remain free, he too loses joy in the school, which is a cage for him. Next he says, how can a child, when fears annoy, but droops his tender wing and forget his youthful spring? Here he says that a child who is scared by the teachers and parents cannot forget the joy of freedom when the latter kept their wings locked. Thus he remains joyless and longs for the freedom. Stanza number 5. O father and mother, if birds are nipped and blossom blown away, and if the tender plant are stripped of their joy, in the springing day by sorrow and dismay, by sorrow and cares dismay. So now here in this stanza it is told that he is now in a conversation with his parents, and he says that if, like a flower buds, the child's freedom is snatched away and its flower, that is joy, blown away, and if newly grown twigs. Here means newly acquired joy by the child are removed at the time of spring. That is when the child has started growing up. He, like the flower plant, will be left in sorrow and dismay. Okay, so dismay is unhappiness again. Nipped means जो फ्लावर्स होते हैं और उनको तोड़ दिया जाता है, जो कली रहते हुए ही टूट जाती है. ओके, दैट इज मीनिंग ऑफ द nipped. Fine children, so now moving towards the last stanza of your poem, that is here. How shall the summer arise in joy, or the summer fruits appear? Or how shall we gather what griefs destroy, or bless the mellowing ear when blast of the winter appear? So now here it is said that in the stanza number 6, according to the poet, how summer can be joyful when buds of flower are cut, the flower threw away and the twigs removed away. The fruits of summer would never appear. Thus, how the plants, and plants here means children, would be able to get the fruits which has been destroyed. How can the summer be a blessing when the blast of winter appear? So when all the joy of summer is removed, then how a child is going to enjoy the summer? Because everything is now for the winter only. Winter, the flower is less, greenery, everything is there, but the flower and fruits, everything is very less. So the fun that a child is generally used to have in summer, if it is gone, then how a child is going to enjoy? Okay. This stanza is metaphorical. The schoolboy compares the children to the spring plant which has been destroyed. According to him, like the flower, the children too need freedom for efficient growth. In their freedom, if their freedom is snatched away and their joy buds are cut off because of school, they will never be able to get properly educated and hence serve the society. Thus, the child do not like to be in the school and gets trapped in all other activities. He wants to be free and enjoy his life. Okay, so overall what we have learned in the poem is that the schoolboy, here the speaker is a schoolboy and he is an unhappy child. His childhood is crushed in the name of learning and teaching. Happy morning. The boy likes the morning. He is pleased to see the trees and birds. The distant sound of the hunter's horn is pleasant. He wants to sing with the skylark. In brief, the nature seems to offer a sweet company. Okay. Now, unhappy morning. How the morning turned to be unhappy. Here we will say how it is. However, his morning hour passed unhappily. He lives or worries in the school. Neither the books nor the teacher's lecture interest him. So now he did not have any kind of interest in the books nor whatever his teacher is delivering to him. Childhood. The pleasure of the childhood is being free and happy like a bird. So childhood, he wants to be free and he wants to be happy like a bird. But a child is put in the school just as a bird is put in the cage. So the child is as unhappy as a caged bird. Now coming to the parents. The parents should understand their fault. Depriving the child of joy and freedom means depriving the world of its spring. It is the nipping the birds of flowers from the plants. The world is a sorrowful place without happy child. So, it is there. Do not force the child to study. Whenever he feels like he will be studying there. The summer of joy. In the absence of a happy childhood, we shall have winter of sorrows. The summer means the heat of joy will never be there. Now coming to the summary of the poem. So here summary is the poem The Schoolboy by William Blake is written from the perspective of a young boy who hates going to school in a disciplined way and rather desires to be like the bird. For him, The school is just like a prison which does not allow the creativity of a person to flourish. The Schoolboy is a poem about a young boy who is at school during the summer. He cannot focus in class because he wants so badly to play outside and enjoy the weather. He feels like a songbird trapped in a cage. Towards the poem's end, the boy wonders how children can grow and thrive if they are not allowed to enjoy the summer. The speaker describes his love of summer mornings, waking up to hear the birds singing and the distant horn of huntsmen. However, to have to go to school on a summer morning turns what should be a joy into something miserable. Under the cruel eye of their worn-out teacher, children spend their day sad and bored. The speaker sits lifelessly at his desk, unable to take pleasure in his book or in what he is supposed to be learning. He compares himself to a bird trapped in the cage that is school. He feels that school on a summer day saps all the youth and happiness from him. He appeals to his parents, saying that if his youth is shortened by such experience, then he will never be able to enjoy the remainder of his life either. If he is prevented from fully experiencing the joy of childhood, then how sad it will be when he ages and can no longer hope to do so. Okay. Now children, moving to the literary devices used in the poem. So here first is metaphor. So metaphor, you can find, how can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? So poet compares the child to a caged bird. So here children to be caged bird कहने का metaphor क्या होता है कि हम उसको रख देते हैं but not completely, हम लोग वहाँ पे उसी को लगते हैं like he is सचिन तेंदुलकर, तो वहाँ सचिन तेंदुलकर को तो नहीं है पर वो सचिन तेंदुलकर है. तो सिमिली और मेटाफर काफ़ी हद तक सेम होता है बट सिमिली वी कैन आइडेंटिफाई बाय द वर्ड्स लाइक एंड एज बट मेटाफर डू नॉट हैव दैट लाइक एंड एज बट इट इज मोर ओवर द सेम. सो हियर चिल्ड्रन caged bird. So children are not the caged bird, they are compared to the caged bird but the omission of the word like and as is not there. Okay. Now second is tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springing day by sorrow and care's dismay. So children here are compared to the nibbed flower buds. So all of this is a part of larger metaphor in which Blake compares the cycle of the season with the ages of the man. So now summer in this sense is a metaphor for youth and the joys of youth, the summer fruits, and something to be stored up against the blast of winter or griefs that comes with adulthood. Okay, so here it is revolving towards the seasons. Next is your alliteration. So alliteration is used in huntsman, wind his horns, repetition of H, skylark sings, and anxious blossom blown. Rhyming scheme you will find B, A, B, A, B, B. Then anaphora is there. Nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning was, and blossom blown away, and if the tender plants are stripped. Children, there is one more anaphora in your poem that you will find it by yourself. Okay, I have not written here, I have not mentioned, but you will find out one more pair of anaphora is there. Okay, fine. Now coming to the question answers of the poem. So find 3 or 4 words phrase in stanza 1 that reflects the child's happiness and joy. The words phrases that reflect the child's happiness are the song of the birds and the skylark and the sound of the hunter's horn. Question number 2. In stanza 2, the mood changes. Which words phrases reflect the change mood? The words phrase reflecting the child's moods are drives all joy away, cruel eye outworn, sighing and dismay. Next question. A cruel eye worn out refers to, marks the most appropriate answer you consider. The classroom which is shabby, noisy, the lessons which are difficult or uninteresting, the dull, uninspiring life at school with lots of work and no play. So option number 3 is correct. Nor sit in learning bar, one throw with the dreary shower. Which of the following is close paraphrase of these given line? So here you have to find more close line that means the same. So nor can I sit in the roofless classroom when it is raining, nor can I learn anything at school though teachers go on lecturing and explaining, nor can I sit in the school garden for fear of getting wet in the rain. So second option is more appropriate for this paraphrase. Why child hates going to school? Child hated school because there he is under strict control of his teachers, like he can be caged. He has been caged. How child happiness turned into sorrowness? The child rose in the fresh and delight summer morning. He is very happy, but his parents force him to go to school where he spends his time in sorrowness. Okay children, so here we end with the question answers and the poem for the schoolboy composed by William Blake. So my dear children, go through the poem, explanation, summary and the question answers. If any doubt, please do call me up and ask me. Okay children, bye bye, take care, and don't feel like this is schoolboy. Okay, you are very different and your teaching styles are very different, your learning styles are very different. So that schoolboy is very small child, not like you grown up. You are very smart children, right? So don't feel yourself in this schoolboy. Fine children? Fine. Bye bye, take care and thank you so much.